Production presents Power Pro Wrestling.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. John Forrester along with Jack Curtis for the Mid-South production of Power Pro Wrestling. Welcome to another exciting evening of action. And Jack, through the miracle of television, what a card we have got for the fans tonight.
Well, Mid-South always outdoes itself. It's really a great card. We got girls tonight. We got Sam Houston back with his tag partner in another exciting tag match. The Sid Man's making an appearance tonight. A lot of exciting things to talk about.
Okay, I tell you what, without further ado, let's get our first match underway. Let's go to Bob Moore, our ring announcer.
This match will be a 10-minute time limit. Making his way to the ring in the red corner, Sweetheart Mike Reed. His opponent in the blue corner, the Sid Man.
Sid Man and Mike Reed, Jack Curtis, to get us started tonight. And this ought to be a dandy when you look at these guys physically. An even match, both big men, both in excellent condition. Both have spent a lot of time in the gym. It shows they're cut nicely. Going to be an interesting battle.
Well, I've been impressed with the Sid Man ever since I've known him. About a year now. He's a young fella. He's been trying to get into the game, and he's a weightlifter. He's very strong. He's learning. He comes quick. He's already made a couple trips to Japan. He's got another one lined up. Both men weigh about 240 pounds in that range. Mike Reed probably's got a little bit more experience than Sid Man, but Sid Man has got that determination. He wants to be a wrestler, and he will do and try anything, and has so far.
Well, and to start things off, he's going to turn things around on Reed, give him a little bit more, and then says, you don't want to come into the middle of the ring? I'll get you out there, and he does it with a flying mare. Reed taking a little bit of a breather in the corner on a knee. That's experience,
yes,
you know.
Yes.
Let me slow things down. I want to dictate the tempo of the match. Doesn't last real long.
No, there's two quick arm drags by Sid Man. Mike scurries out of the ring. That's one way you get away from a third arm drag.
Yes. You're gonna arm drag me again. You're gonna have to do it in the parking lot.
Yes, yes. But Mike's he's crafty. He's been around long enough to know a lot of ins and outs, and it's not going to be as easy for Sid Man as he thinks it's going to be. I think the Sid Man thinks he's stronger, and he probably is. But experience will win out sometimes.
Well, one of the things I think you got to look at here, the Sid Man, he wants his first taste of a championship belt, and that leads me to talk about the big heavyweight championship tournament for Power Pro that is coming up. You want to keep watching. We're going to have details for you, but he's already let it be known that, yeah, he wants a shot at putting it around his waist.
Yes. Well, I wouldn't know a fella here tonight that wouldn't want to be in that tournament and wouldn't want to try. There's some who would just naturally be an underdog, but that's what makes it so great. Because any given night, you can't upset somebody else. You may not be expected to, but you can get inside and do something, win a match, and you got a name.
2 count on a fireman's cradle. Nice wrestling move by the said man. That's right straight out of the college ranks.
Ooh. There's a high knee lift.
Now, Mike says it's my turn. I've been on the receiving end. I'm going to dish out a little bit.
It goes with a body slam. Ooh, that hurts me.
We're way up here, and I felt that.
But I've been there.
Yes. And I'm going to take your word for it. I'm going to tell you straight up. I'm going to take your word for it.
There's a suplex over the top. Oh, there. That's a small cradle. Sometimes you can catch a guy real quick with that and win a match. That elbow top of the head. Those blows don't look like they hurt as bad sometimes, but you let somebody pop you across the back with their forearm and see if it won't sting.
Once again,
that hurts. It jars every bone back.
It's been a long time since my football days, and you know.
Look how vicious those slaps across the chest.
Oh,
that was a clothesline before he took a step.
Leaned right into him, too. He was coming, you know, had the momentum both ways.
They're both trying to get the upper hand here by doing moves other than good wrestling moves. Whoa! A nice flying move. It's only got a 1 count. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. That'll,
if that was what
change.
It looked like it was an intentional low blow. I'm not sure. He's reacting like it was. Then he drops that forearm across his shoulder. He probably didn't even feel that.
I heard that. And one of the things, now, Mike Reed, you got to remember, he's been around a little bit. He knew where Jim Beard was.
Oh, a nice move. Took the leg, not good enough. 2 count.
You know, it's an awareness of where you are and where everything is. He knew where the referee was, and he knew he took a chance. He thought he could get away with it, and he did.
Yes.
Said man was where he wasn't supposed to be.
I'm not sure. I think Reed was expecting something else. Oh, whoa, oh, no. Oh, he reversed it anyway. That was it. You see the 2 old pros battling there. One had him hooked, then he didn't have him hooked. He had him hooked, he didn't have him hooked. And he went both ways.
Couple of clotheslines.
These guys are punishing each other. They're not doing a lot of wrestling. They're just beating each other up. Trying to get an upper hand. Look.
Look out now.
Oh.
Power slam.
And he got him. He got him. He beat him. Said man's the winner.
Yes, sir. Said man the winner in our first match. While we get ready for our next match of the evening, earlier today you had a chance to talk with Amos Moses and Joey Como. Let's go now to that interview.
I'm standing here at ringside with 2 of America's future stars, Amos Moses and Joey Como. Fellas, you guys had a tough time last week, but you're back this week for more exciting action. How's things going?
Boy, I tell you, it's good to be back with my Faulk Pro Wrestling, man. Oh, Lord. I tell you, I was back home wrestling them alligators. These wrestlers, I don't know, boy, they got something just as tough, do I tell you that? Tell me about it, Cousin Joy.
Yeah, speaking about alligators, look, last week it was just one big mess in the ring. The match went just wild. And I'm going to tell you, like the people around here say, Bubba Monroe and Dapper Dan, saying, not the boot and not draw avec vous autres. Amos, tell them like it was.
Oh, yeah, I tell you what, I can't wait to get back in the ring with these guys, Jack. It got a little out of hand last time. I'm kind of hoping we go down maybe to my neck of the woods, you know, kind of so to speak, yeah. Because I know a few canals back there. I can drag them up in the swamp there, kind of feed them to an alligator. They may not come back, you know. But I tell you what, we had a good time. We're going to have a good time. That's what wrestling's all about. And I tell you what, these guys are pretty tough, like I said, but they're not half as tough as those alligators, are they, Cousin Joey?
That's right. And with Power Pro Wrestling, you got the toughest guys around that you're going to ever find, too. So don't y'all forget it. Next time we get in the ring, there ain't going to be no referee that's going to be stopping us. Y'all just remember that. Cajuns are tough and we're made of good stuff. Life may be rough, but we're going to make it sure enough.
And you're talking to two cages from far down in Louisiana, ladies and gentlemen. Far down there.
You remember that old gal down there in Galliano? Oh, we better not talk about that right now. We might get yourself...
We're on TV, friend.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, Dapper Dan, old Bubba Monroe, y'all get yourselves ready, Nick, because I'm telling you, when we come down, it's fist and fire. We're going to town.
Well, you do know Bubba Monroe's been taught by his father, and Sputnik Monroe's one of the best around. So you guys got your work cut out for you, but I know you'll do well. We got to go. We'll be right back with more Power Pro Wrestling.
This fully loaded 94 Silverado is just $14,500. And it's here right now at John R. Young Chevy Buick, and there's no doubt about the savings. This 94 Roadmaster is only $12,990. This 96 Cavalier LS is $10,990. And this 95 Lumina is on sale now for just $99.90. Our lot is full of luxury cars, economy cars, sports cars, and trucks. So hurry down to John R. Young Chevy Buick. There's no doubt about it. You'll like our prices and our service.
Welcome back. Power Pro Wrestling from Rayne, Louisiana, the frog capital of the world, and Sputnik Monroe back with me. And it is time for our next match of the evening. Let's go to our ring announcer, Ron Moore.
In the red corner, part of Devastation Incorporated, escorted by General Skandor Akbar, the one-man gang. His opponent in the blue corner, the All-American boy, Rick Christie.
Okay, Sputnik, here we go. The one-man gang. And Rick Justice, you know, the last time we saw the gang, as they get it going, the last time we saw the gang here on Power Pro, ring the bell. The last time we saw the gang, it was against the JYD in that match a couple of weeks ago, and I think gang has said some rather disparaging things about the Junkyard Dog.
Well, I don't know what the problem is there. I didn't see that match, but I know that this young man in red, white, and blue tights made a serious mistake when he made that move.
Comes flying across the ring. I don't know, what is it, about a size 17 that the gang wears? He took it right square in the chin. And now the gang just hammering him down. The All-American boy, Rick Justice.
Not exactly a scientific match, is it?
At least not early on. It is all brawn.
They really named that guy right when they called him the one-man gang.
He is one huge individual.
Very, very.
You know, it's like the old story about somebody who got on a scale. It was a little bit heavy. You know, when gang gets on a scale, the scale says back, 2 of you get off.
Yes, amen to that. Oh, what a bad mistake.
You know,
jumping at somebody like that after you've tried to tackle them a couple times and you weren't able to knock them down was a bad move on the young man's part. However, we all make mistakes.
Yes, sir. You know, one of the things that, and you gotta look at it now, is the gang's having this one so far all his way. You know, at ringside, Akbar's just beaming. You know, but he is there.
Akbar's a tough taskmaster. He specializes in these guys cheating, and he wants them as rough, tough, and hard to bluff as he can get them, and that's what it seems to be is all of them are that way. Even him.
Rick,
that's unnecessary for a manager to be on the floor to whack somebody with a chair or something. That you know, that just shows a little ignorance and weakness on his part. But see, now the young man may have something. Rick Christie may have something going for him. if he doesn't make another mistake.
He's got, he's trying to get fired up. But boy, it's hard to get fired up when the other man in the ring is the one-man gang. There's no other way to describe it.
Really, he is a one-man gang. A big power slam. That knocked all the breath out of him, I'm sure. And if he does a big splash on him,
here he goes.
That's the end of it.
And there's your match. That does it for the All-American boy as the one-man gang gets it. With the big power splash. You know, earlier tonight, we've got the ladies coming up, and earlier tonight, you had a chance to talk with beautiful Jasmine. We're immediately going to go to that interview.
I'm at ringside with Sputnik Monroe, a long-time professional wrestler, a manager. He has a son that's now wrestling. Sputnik, what's going on in your life these days?
Well, I've been traveling around the country looking over some new talent. Of course, my son, I'm very proud of, has done very well. And I found beautiful Jasmine in Memphis, Tennessee. And I felt like it takes a fine mind, a fine body, and perfect coordination to be a great anything as well as an athlete. And I think she has all those attributes.
And Jasmine, you've been in the ring now, I understand, about 6 years. And you're heavily training right now for the title match coming up. But I understand you got an important match coming up just tonight, I believe. Is that correct? All right. Who are you wrestling tonight?
I'm not for sure what the name is, but that really doesn't matter right now. It doesn't matter what size, what color, it doesn't matter. I'm striving for the belt, to be number one.
Okay. And Sputnik, are you the manager here, or are you just taking her in training?
I'm overseeing her training. You know, a lot of people are lackadaisical about their training, and you have to be very deliberate about this. You have to be well-disciplined. And I think all young athletes are a little lazy sometimes. They need a little kick in the tail to get themselves rolling, and that's what I'm here for. I'm not in the management.
Okay. Jasmine, I wish you well. I understand you got a great future, and we're going to return now. After a few minutes, you'll be right back with Power Pro Wrestling.
At Music Machine in Eunice, we got all the good music. Pop, rock, soul, country, alternative. And when you look at all these Cajun and Zydeco CDs, at Music Machine in Eunice, we have the newest of the new and the classics too. Check out the wall of used CDs, guaranteed about half the price of a new one with something for everyone. At Music Machine in Eunice, we also sell and activate beepers with all the local phone numbers. That's Music Machine, Walnut Street, Eunice.
Welcome back to Power Pro Wrestling. John Forrester, Sputnik Monroe. But before we talk anymore, our next match is on the way to the ring. Let's go to our ring announcer.
Now making their way into the ring for the next match. It is a 15-minute time limit. The tag team combination of Bar None.
Bar None. That's quite a name for a very colorful team.
Okay, Bar None making their way, newcomers to Power Pro Wrestling.
And their opponents.
Billy V and
now
Charlie Paulus.
Their way into the ring in the blue corner. They're known as the Renegades. Sam Houston and Charley Norris.
And here they come, the Renegades. Sam Houston and Charley Norris. I was talking with Charlie earlier in the dressing room. He said, John, please be sure to let people know that I am a Chippewa Indian from Minnesota. He's very proud of that fact. And in addition to that, Sputnik, he's not a bad wrestler.
No, they're a very powerful team and wanted and used all over the world. They go to Japan, Australia, Germany, South Africa, all the big wrestling places in the country, in the world. And they're a very substantial team. They're very colorful and very mechanical. They know all the mechanics. There are 3,500 wrestling holds and 10,000 variations, and you got to know them all. That team does.
Well, in against bar none, as I said, newcomers to Power Pro Wrestling. And right now, bar none is not wanting anything to do with the Renegade. It'll be Sam starting it off against Billy V.
The bar none are big, healthy, husky-looking guys that look like they spend a lot of time working out and in the gym, but the Renegades are, I just can't say enough about them and describe them how tough they are.
You know, if you get excited about Power Pro Wrestling and you have a nonprofit organization that would like to have Power Pro come in, help you raise some money for your nonprofit organization, want to encourage you to give the office a call. 318's the area code, 234-5219. Give them a call. They'll tell you how you can make it happen. And right now, they got half of bar none in a bad place, and that is in the corner. And here comes Charley Norris.
Well, I'm very interested in the heavyweight championship belt. Of course, I'd like to see my son win that. However, there's some very stiff competition, and if some of these teams like the Renegades split and wrestle in the championship runoff, there'll be some really tough competition in that.
Well, I tell you what, Bubba's going to be, in the tournament. There's no question about that. And, there's a lot of good wrestlers that are hot after that belt. And you always wonder what had happened if, in a tournament situation, what happens if team members come up against each other? You don't see that often, but every once in a while.
It may happen. It may happen.
Of course, I was talking, a couple of weeks ago with Skandor Akbar, and as far as he's concerned, that belt already belongs to Devastation Incorporated.
Yes. A lot of dignity and prestige goes with having a championship belt, and I know that there's really going to be some tough competition out there in this tournament.
Watch this space. Keep tuned to Power Pro. We'll be letting you know when it's coming to your area, and you can, come out to the gym and see it live or catch it right here on the Power Pro broadcast. We're glad to have you along with us.
There was
Charley
a very
Paul's
good move
in there.
by bar none there on the he body slammed Charley Norris and is tagging his partner. Like they got a little bit going for him now. Well,
and there's a big tomahawk from the Chippewa Indian, Charley, slowing him down.
Yeah, they're like a well-oiled machine. They know when to tag in and tag out, and how to tag in and tag out.
Flying drop kick. Here comes the partner.
Phenomenal
and Sam
move.
just, taking care of business.
Phenomenal move by Sam Houston. He's a heck of an athlete, really a standout guy. But the bar none come highly recommended and may have a little trouble here getting cranked or something. Just amazing about these young athletes now. They got so much going for them.
Houston brings Charley Paul over, and now they're going to row the boat a little bit with him. That will pull out your hamstrings right there.
Man, that is very, very tough on the hamstrings when you do a double split like that.
Charley Norris in there.
A big stomp in the stomach and another big stomp in the stomach. Wow, and an elbow to the head. That's
that'll count your change. Bar none being welcomed to Power Pro Wrestling. The Renegades making it a rude welcome, at least to this point, but it's never over till it's over.
Amen. Never over till it's over.
2 count on Billy V. He's the man in there right now, and he tags out. Here comes Charley Paul. He's the bigger of the 2 men. And I use the term advisedly because they are both big men.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Good match to this point. Boy, we've had some dandies, and guess what's coming up? We've got the ladies. Beautiful Jasmine and...
Well, I went to Memphis and saw Jasmine working out wrestling, and I think she's got a great future. She's a little bit small, but she's extra quick, which takes up to the small, and I think everybody will be very pleased with her performance.
You know, Sputnik, I got to ask you while you're talking about that, as they slammed down Charlie Paul, and now Sam Houston having a little trouble getting up. You know, there's talk around that, you know, you're, rather than being a commentator, when it comes to Jasmine, you're talking more like a manager. What's going on here?
Well, you get involved with those kids, and you want to advise as much as you can. Now,
okay, I'm getting something while we're watching this match. I'm getting something in my headset. I'm going to have to ask him to repeat that, please. I have just gotten the word, Sputnik, the tag team tournament. A tag team tournament for the tag team championship belts will get underway next week on Power Pro Wrestling on the TV broadcast. How about that?
That'll be fantastic. We'll really see some rock and roll tag teams here. Of course, my son and Dandy Dan. Oh, man, what a vicious move. Dropped him...
Charlie Paul
dropped him over a top rope on his throat. That hurt me.
Almost a 3 count there. I couldn't see from our angle. It looked like Charlie might have been using the rope for some torsion, but you can never tell. But Sam Houston's in a bad spot right now. He's over in the wrong corner. And Billy V is working him over.
He's taking a pretty good shellacking there after being dropped over that top rope onto his throat.
One of the things he needs to get out of there right now.
If he can, he does need to back out. He's really taking some abuse.
He's got a lot of heart, though. Sam's going to fight back on instinct.
Yeah. There's the big guy. Now you'll see with Charley Norris come back on his friend.
And Charlie has just sent bar none out of the ring.
Yeah, when he gets mad, everything goes.
A double reverse tomahawk.
Boy, what a move. Fantastic.
I tell you what, I'm real glad he didn't hit me with that. I would be someplace in next month. And now a boot to the head. And there is the match. There's the 3 count. Charley Norris.
Your winners, according to referee James Spears, the Renegades.
The Renegades win the match with bar none. Okay, that's that match. Now we're going to check in with Jack Curtis. He is with Abdullah General Skandor Akbar, and I believe, is that the one-man gang with him, or is that Rod Bryce? That's it. They have not come out yet, so we'll keep it here at the table until here comes the General, and he's got the California and the gang with him. The California stud Rod Price and the gang going to join Jack Curtis for a live interview. Jack?
There it goes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at ringside with Skandor Akbar and Devastation, Rod Price, one-man gang.
Well, Demonstration's got a big night because just a little later on, Mark Von Erich, the cousin of that stupid Von Erich family up in Dallas, well, he's going to meet his Waterloo in Rayne, Louisiana, and what a sorry epitaph to end your career right here in the stinking state of Louisiana. Furthermore, I'm not finished yet. Furthermore, the one-man gang will be facing, yeah, that's right, it's a Falls Count Anywhere, too severe to be shown on television. So Devastation is going to have a busy, busy night. Gang, Devastation rules the roost around here. We are the roosters in the barnyard. We do what we want to do. We go where we want to go. And we do anything we want to do. Tell them about it, Stud.
Von Erich, it'll be a pleasure for Devastation again to put another Von Erich in the ground. And Mark, I'm coming after you, and I'm digging the hole, and these are my pallbearers. Dig it!
It sounds to me like you fellas got your work cut out for you.
That's right, Curtis. You should be lucky that you're not going to be in Falls Count Anywhere. But you know those Von Erichs, they've been stinking for years and years. And we're going to do away with the last one remaining. That's right. Right here. What's the name of this town? Where's it at?
It's the toad capital of the world. Look at all.
Oh, we'll be right back with some more Power Pro Wrestling.
Break out the balloons, blow out the candles, but leave your money in your pocket because Sterling Automotive is 2 years old. You'll save thousands on a 97 Dodge Dakota, just $222 a month. AC, AM, FM cassette, just $222 a month. And at Sterling, check out the 97 Dodge Neon, just $222 a month. AC, AM, FM stereo, and more, just $222 a month. 2 years old, too many deals, plus a trip for two with every new car. Celebrate with savings at Sterling Automotive, Opolis.
Back with you, John Forrester, along with Sputnik Monroe at Power Pro Wrestling. And it's time for the ladies to get the introductions. Let's go to our ring announcer.
Our next event is a 10-minute time limit. Making her way to the ring in the red corner, the Tigress.
Well, boy, what a lady she is. She must weigh.
You know, you've been talking about beautiful Jasmine.
Right. I read an article on the Tigress from Texas, or the Texas Tigress, or whatever she's called, and I didn't realize that she was as big a lady as she is.
About ready to get this one underway. Waiting for Jim Beard's signal. Here we go. The ladies in action on Power Pro Wrestling. My first look at both of these fine athletes. Sputnik, you were telling me that you've had a chance to watch Jasmine work before.
Yes, I was in Memphis. She's an outstanding little athlete. I'm just kind of breathless about this. I had no idea that her opponent was as big as she is, which she's outweighs her quite a bit. I hope that my little bit of instructions and teaching have really done some good with Jasmine.
I think I'm listening. I'm hearing a manager talk. Sputnik Monroe. That's what I'm hearing.
No, I'm not in the management thing. I like to kind of boost these kids on when I see that they have a lot of agility and a lot of ability.
There's a nice move on the part of beautiful Jasmine. It was catch me if
I'm a
you
little
can.
excited about this match, so you have to excuse me on my commentary here. Jasmine made a mistake and got a leg dive, and the lady has her leg, and that could be a serious proposition. I hope it's not, but it could be.
Excellent camera work by the fine technical folks here on Power Pro Wrestling. They take you right in the ring with the wrestlers.
Amen to that. They really get in there.
Working on that
I'm
leg.
a little concerned about my little partner.
And look at that. Hand on the rope.
The lady has been taught well by somebody. She knows when to take an advantage and when not.
I didn't know Skandor Akbar worked with the ladies.
Yeah, Mr. Mean has done that. I'm kind of concerned about this. I'm kind of concerned about this. Excuse me a minute.
All right. Sputnik is leaving us. He's headed for ringside. Something is going on here. An arm drag by Tanya has got Jasmine on the mat in the center of the ring. Nowhere to run here. And my partner's left me. Sputnik headed for ringside. Sputnik Monroe. He says he's not into management. I don't know. You may have a breaking story right here. Jasmine getting that leg stretched out. Looking for a submission, but she isn't about to give it up, but that leg is taking some punishment. There he is at ringside now. Sputnik, what'd you do to me, buddy? He's down there. I'm not sure about this. He says he's not interested in management. As Jasmine is being pulled to her feet. Here comes Jack Curtis to help me out. There's a body slam. And a leg drop right across the torso. This could be all. No, a 2 count, and Jasmine fights her way out. Jack, what happened to Sputnik? Hey, down at ringside, I was talking to him. You know, he did the interview with Jasmine, and that's all he can talk about tonight. He's talking more like a manager than anything else, and there he is. Yeah. And right now, Jack, she's working on a little bit of a nice move right there. Nice single arm takedown. Another nice arm drag. But she's trying to get some feeling back in that leg because that right leg got worked over. There's a reverse cradle. Doesn't get the pin. But now Tanya's complaining about pulling the tights. A good match, but I tell you what, we may have a breaking story here. You know, I know Sputnik, you know, a former tremendous wrestler. He's got his son in the business, and I'm just wondering if that might not be the next step for him, is from the ring and from the commentary table to ringside. Who knows? Okay. Body slamming. Yeah, that's right. Did you hear the news? We announced it just a few minutes ago, starting next week here on Power Pro Wrestling. You know we've got the heavyweight championship tournament coming up, but the tag team tournament starts next week.
Isn't that great?
I am cranked up about that.
Well, you know, I enjoy tag matches. My dad and I teamed up. We were the only father-son tag team back in the early 50s, well, the later 50s and early 60s. And he wrestled with his brother. You know, tag teams are exciting. There's 4 people in there. There's a lot of action going. You never know what's going to happen next.
And if anybody doesn't know who has joined me, my partner right now is none other than Jack Curtis. And anybody who's been around the sport of the squared circle will recognize that as one of the great family names in wrestling.
Oh, yeah. I've wrestled from 1953 to 1977. My daddy wrestled before me. My brother wrestled. My uncle wrestled, which was my daddy's brother. So there's a big history with me and my family. I enjoy the sport. It's been good to me, and I love to see the young people in it. It's changed.
And look here, a small package. 1, 2, 3. Is it? Almost. I thought I saw the third one go down, but Jim Beard says no, not quite. 2.5, I guess.
Yes. She's having a problem with that weight. She leapfrogged. Oh, now there you go. Small cradle. She got her.
1, 2, 3.
He got her.
Your winner, according to referee James Beard, the beautiful Jazz.
And look down there with our partner, Sputnik Monroe at ringside is the winner. I tell you what, we are going to, we've got time to go to a break. You had a chance to talk with the Sandman earlier today. Let's take a look at what he had to say about Power Pro.
All right, this is Jack Curtis at ringside, and I'm with an exciting new star here in the 1997, Sedman. Sedman, I met you some months back, boy, and you were training hard and trying to get started, and I understand now you're just really a house of fire, just got back from Japan and fixing to go again, signed a new contract. Your record album, I understand, is coming along great. Geez, just tell us all these exciting things that's going on in your life.
Well, Mr. Jack, it's great to see you again, and I've taken a lot of your good advice that you gave me back in the beginning of my career, and I hope to do you proud. And I've got a big match tonight with Mike Reed. He's an avid opponent. I'm going to do my best, and hopefully some of the good advice will pay off for me in the ring tonight. I've been to Japan twice. It's my first year in wrestling. I've been in the ring with, Terry Gordy, Dr. Death Steve Williams, Big Van Vader, and just a big host of some great talent, man. It's really been great. Wrestling's been really good to me. I'm loving life really right now. I've got a new album coming out, and I'm just ready to rumble, Mr. Jack, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm fired up.
Sounds like things are really going good for you.
Yes, sir.
I know you've had some tough matches. You learned some hard lessons, and, of course, that's what it is. Like I told you before, the day you go in and come out and you didn't learn something, it was a wasteful life.
That's right. I tell you what, you've not led me astray any. It's been just how you said. It's one of the toughest sports on earth. I tell you, some of the greatest opponents out here, and I'm ready for the challenge.
Okay, well, we wish you the best, Sid.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with Power Pro Wrestling.
A message from Salvador's, your #1 jewelry store. Like many jewelers, Salvador's offers generous discounts and regular sales events. But what makes us #1 is you, the customer. Your appreciation for a greater selection, a better quality of jewelry, a higher level of personal service. You want it, and Salvador's delivers. We appreciate your overwhelming response, and it encourages us to even higher standards. Serving you better, saving you more. Salvador's Jewelers in Eunice and Crowley.
Welcome back. John Forrester, Jack Curtis, Power Pro Wrestling. Our last match of the evening is headed for the ring. Let's go immediately to our ring announcer.
In the red corner, the California stud, Rod Price. He is escorted by General Skandor Akbar.
Part of Devastation Incorporated. Rod Price in there with the Von Erich, or with Mark Von Erich. Here's Mark's music.
His opponent in the blue corner, Mark Von Erich.
Mark just got here to Power Pro, Jack Curtis, and already Skandor Akbar is letting him know, of course, if you go back over the wrestling history, the name Von Erich and Skandor Akbar has never gone together.
Never.
The rules say that I have the right, even though you have the right to be here, I have the right to search anybody who's a participant in this match.
a good decision on Dave's part. Here we go.
And I can tell you this. Back it off. You got two options. One, you allow me to search you right here and check you, see if you have anything in your, whatever you call it. Or two, you can take yourself and go to the back and stay there.
What has happened here, Jack, is Jim Beard is invoking his prerogative as a referee. He's saying, Skandor, you're a manager. You have a second's license. You can be at ringside. I'm a referee. I can search your toga or burnous or whatever it is.
Exactly.
And he's put it on him. But bad blood from the beginning here. Von Erich and Akbar, the two names are oil and water in professional wrestling.
They always have been for a long time. This Mark is the son of Waldo Von Erich. Waldo was Fitz Von Erich's brother. So he's a cousin to the Von Erichs out of Dallas. This fellow's from Canada, I believe. I think he lives in Denton, Texas now. But Waldo was from there. He was a big German, very strong.
Oh, yeah.
Very strong. And they made a big tag team back earlier. But this should be a good match. We'll see. If we can keep Akbar out of it, we'll see what happens. It's going to be a strong man's match. Both of them are big, muscular men.
Referee's position, and Price gets the first push here. But this is just a couple of big men going to go at it.
Oh, he went behind him easy. Nice. Took him down. Nice takedown. He's setting out. Back up into the ropes. That was a nice move Rod Price made. I was sure.
Every once in a while, Rod Price will surprise you. He's been in a wrestling room somewhere. He has learned his lessons well.
He has such a background in professional sport. He's standing on his hair. He's holding him down, talking to the referee by standing on the man's hair.
You know, you see the good wrestling move, then you see something like that. You see a wrestling move, then you see an Akbar move.
Yes. Sometimes those things are just not explainable. Here's the big man. He's capable. Why doesn't he stay within the rules? Why doesn't he wrestle like a wrestler instead of wanting to roughhouse? Some guys enjoy that. You're talking about a former National Football League player here. Played with the Raiders, also played with the Chargers, and he's brought that with him.
Oh, yeah.
He's big and strong, and he likes that rough and tough. And he's in the right place. He's in the right place. I believe Mark will give him what he's asking for. It's just going to be a matter of time.
Right now, it's Rod Price in control, working on the left arm of Mark Von Erich, trying to bend it ways that it just naturally does not bend.
He kept pushing in the pressure point till he went down. Now they're on the canvas. That's where you want to be.
That's where falls happen. Want to remind everybody, you know, we've talked about it earlier. I want to remind everybody, if you'd like to have this great show in your community, raise some money for your nonprofit organization, give us a call. Our fundraising number, 318-234-5219. Call the office. They'll tell you how you can arrange it. I tell you what, I want to thank the wonderful folks here in Rayne, Louisiana. They have been wonderful hosts for Power Pro this weekend.
They have been. The Lions Club is the sponsors here, and they've done an excellent job. The place is sold out. It's full of people. It's just really a nice crowd. It's a nice building, nice atmosphere. I'm impressed. I'm real impressed.
We're working with the TV time limit here. Also want to take this opportunity to remind folks one more time, next week on Power Pro, the big championship tag team tournament gets underway. You don't want to miss that. Right now, it's Rod Price. He's had it pretty well his own way from Jump Street on this one.
Well,
Mark Von Erich hasn't been able to get on track.
He's very tenacious. He's got that arm. He's held that arm. He's keeping that arm, even though he just snatched him down. But it looked like a handful of hair. But he's got the upper hand right now. Mark's probably trying to figure out some kind of strategy. It's kind of hard to make a move with one arm against a big man like that.
It sure is. You know, you say try to figure out some strategy. Well, when you're in that kind of pain, sometimes there's another handful of hair you were talking about.
Yeah.
Sometimes kind of difficult to remember that your mission is to drain the swamp when you're up to your backside in alligators.
Oh, goodness.
No pun intended for where we are.
Yeah, the frogs wouldn't like that.
No. Finally, Jim Beard separates them.
Now we'll see. This is a good opportunity now. If Price goes back to the arm, oh no. Von Erich is setting it. Price ducked underneath the rope to get away from that, whatever it was going to be. Oh no, Mark's had enough. He's had enough. He's going after him.
Von Erich's upset. And Price is showing experience really beyond his years, because he knows that Von Erich's pumped up, trying to get the crowd in it. So where does Price do? He gets out of it. Let's slow it down. Let me control the tempo of the match. Let's see what happens here.
But what Price recognized when he was in that corner was that the man standing right there beside him was Akbar. He backed out of there.
Whoa, what a shoulder check.
So we got
went through him like a hot knife through soft butter.
Two big men. He felt it. The Price is kind of on the defensive now.
It can turn ever so quickly.
Well, one of the greatest things about wrestling to me was that you're everything. You're the offense, the defense, you're the coach, you're the franchise, you're the water, you're everything. Well, everything has a pressure point. Everything will bend a certain way, and it won't go the other way. And you get that and put pressure behind it, then you're in control. It hurts. The elbow just won't go but one way. It doesn't go sideways. It only bends one way, and it won't go backwards. Same thing with that leg. See, just in behind, he's pressing down and twisting on the ankle, and he drops that elbow inside, and he hooks it with the leg. He does not intend for him to get away. But he keeps pulling the hair. He keeps getting a handful of hair.
Of course, Rod Price doesn't have that problem.
No, Von Erich couldn't pull his hair, for sure.
Oh, now that, every once in a while, I don't condone breaking the rules, but I understand a guy grabbing a handful of hair, going to the eyes, is a frightening thing.
It can be. I've seen some guys get their retinas tear, torn. I've seen bad scratches done that way. They don't try to do those. What they try to do, if you touch the eye, it immediately goes out of focus. And that's all you got to do is rake those eyes, and you have an upper hand for a few seconds. But if you're not careful, a poke, and you can do some damage.
Mark Von Erich had a flying body slam almost. Now, here's the gang at Sabu at ringside.
Big Mamoo's at ringside. What's going on?
I don't know.
Oh, he's got a whole...
Now, he's involved. Here we go.
What is going on? James Beard got his hands
as he joined the stable.
No.
Now there's Price back in control.
No. Oh,
okay, we get interference, and this one is over. The fall is going to go to Rod Price.
The winner, according to referee James Beard, Devastation Incorporated.
We're going to take a break for this commercial message. We'll be right back to wrap things up with Power Pro Wrestling after this.
Trucks, and more trucks. John R. Young Chevy is overstocked with new Chevy trucks, and there's no doubt about it. We've got to clear them out. This means big savings for you. At John R. Young's, prices have been slashed on every regular cab, extended cab, Blazer, and S10. We've got 3-door models and 4-wheel drives, too. Drive to Eunice and take advantage of these huge discounts, and you will make your best truck deal at John R. Young's. No doubt about it, Chevy.
We'll see you next week. The big tag team championship tournament gets underway on Power Pro. For all of us here at Mid-South Productions Power Pro Wrestling, this is John Forrester wishing you a very pleasant good evening.
This has been a Mid-South production of Power Pro Wrestling.